All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the best all around podcast. I'm your host, Big Chad. I got my co host in there, Mr. G, Mr. G3 Finisher, and we got a special guest, Miss Magdalena. So I'm going to bring on both of them right now, and we get the show on the road. Give me 1 second. There we go. And like I said, I got Mr. G3 Finisher. He can introduce himself for a little bit, and then after that, I'll let my co-host G3 introduce Magdalena, and we get the show going.
What up, people? It's your boy, Mr. G3, Mr. Grow, give game most of all, finish. And that's how we create change. We're here on the Best Around podcast with your boy, Mr. G3, Big Chad, and our special guest, Miss Magdalena Cruz, out of San Diego, California, here to just talk to you guys a little bit about her overall experience with joining Tanner and Tanner with presidential candidate Dr. Malcolm Tanner and his VP, Miss Juanita Hunt. Again, we thank you guys for tuning in, and let's get into it. Miss Magdalena Cruz, you have the floor. First question for you is, what is your overall opinion on the person they call presidential candidate Dr. Malcolm Tanner? Hit your mic. Hit your mic.
Sorry, you guys. So I'm over here talking, but thanks for having me. And overall, I think Dr. Tanner is a great individual. He's genuine about helping us obtain overall unity so that we could make sure everyone is able to afford life. Be able to have homes, and in general inform us of a lot of different things that I'm sure not everyone is aware of, and if not, just reiterate things that we're already aware of and help us establish a process so that we could get some change implemented in this world.
And I know with Dr. Tanner, he does have those 10 executive orders. Which one of those 10 executive orders stuck out to you the most, and why?
Honestly, I love them all. I think everything that he has in those executive orders touch base on a lot of the things that every individual in this world is probably looking forward to. But you know what? Actually, now that you are asking me one, I think the educational part. Let me see the very last executive order, which is the Educational Act. And that one is, for me, a big deal because a lot of kids, they're required to go to school, and giving them federal minimum wage, I think would definitely increase the likelihood of individuals sending their kids to school, as far as opting out from homeschooling them or doing another means of educating them. And honestly, for the time that they're investing, they should be afforded that. So if everybody doesn't know, the 10th Act is the educational, or the 10th Executive Order is the Educational Act. And this one introduces changes to the education system. And for students kindergarten through 12th grade, they'll be receiving a federal minimum wage per hour for attending school. And it does relieve the burden on parents. The curriculum will be revised to include entrepreneurial skills, which everybody knows they should be getting taught anyhow, that right now isn't being taught. And they'll have the opportunity to showcase their skills. It helps kids, become entrepreneurs at an early age and know that they can establish a business of their own, which the government doesn't really make kids think that way. They don't make them think other than go to work and just bust your butt every day for someone else while they're making money off of you. So that would definitely make every kid and everybody else just be more likely to, establish businesses early on, think outside the box in that manner. And instead of thinking they should be slaves on a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, or whatever their weekly schedule is,
Right.
to be their own bosses. So that's a big win for me.
So now, what would you what would you say to somebody that is still on the bubble about who Dr. who Dr. Tanner really is? What would you say to him?
I would say use the resources that you have available. You use a phone every day. Every day, you could actually, instead of just going on TikTok and watching videos that don't definitely do anything but entertain you, or maybe, yeah, inform you, but at the same time, don't make any further change other than that, is to go and use your resources, use your phone and educate yourself. Look up who Dr. Tanner is, look up his executive orders, join the Clubhouse app and become a part of this movement, because really the Clubhouse app is what's opening up the information for everyone. It gives you guidance and instruction on the different platforms as well that you could use to inform yourself, and different platforms that you could use to connect with other people, and if anything, reach out so that we could unite and make this happen. So yeah, inform yourself, use those resources, take the time, make the effort, because in reality, things aren't free. This is about free homes. However, there is an effort that you have to place, and that effort is to inform yourself, connect, unite, and implement that change.
Nice. So now, if someone wanted to get over to Clubhouse, what would the steps be to get them over to Clubhouse?
We actually had an event today, and these are the, oh, you guys, let me see. I can't, I don't think you could see them, but there's a lot of apps. So the apps are Clubhouse, their WhatsApp, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube. And the first step is Clubhouse, obviously. That one you just have to go on your Play Store. If you have Android, if not, I think it's your iStore. I'm not quite sure on iPhones, but you download it. It's a little yellow hand, and then you create a profile. Right there, you have to include your legal name. You also have to post a picture of yourself. And the reason for that is because when deeds are handed out, they have to make sure that your deed is under your name. And we want to make sure who you are. I mean, that's not anything of invasion of privacy. It's just a simple request. And then from there, you look up Tanner 2024 presidential run. You'll get taken into the room, and from there you'll start connecting. We do, or Dr. Tanner does ask that you are on time, and that you're there at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So you just transfer that into whatever your time frame is. Mine is Pacific time, so I would be at 3 p.m. But you just kind of keep going every day and listening, and from there on you'll start getting further instructions on what to do next. But that's the biggest thing. Go on Clubhouse, everybody, download it. It's free. You don't have to pay, so there's nothing that's coming out of pocket, and all it really costs is your time. I mean, so, but remember, it costs nothing to be there, but it costs everything to not be there, because the whole purpose of that statement is that if you're not there, you're not getting informed, you're not getting connected, and you're just not a part of something that you could potentially be a part of that would potentially benefit generations to come, your children, yourself, anybody that you know. Nobody wants to see their friends struggling. Nobody wants to see somebody
Nice.
else, a stranger, struggling. So at that part, if you help other people and you help yourself, you could put yourself in a position where you could help others. So
Miss Cruz, this is why I say it was great to have you up on the platform, because you're,
thank you.
I knew having you here, they would get that information, because I heard you speak and I said, wow, she's going to do great things. And this is what presidential candidate Dr. Malcolm Tanner is looking for. Great people like yourself to be able to step up in a position of power, know what you want, go after what you want, come with the open mindset to learn,
Yes.
listen, and he's going to give you the information that you need so you can succeed. And not only that, he's putting great-minded people around you that support you all the way to the top. And that's what I think the America needs, that actual
Yes.
unity and community. And that's what the people that come in, you see them on social media all the time. They're always talking about, oh, it's a fake, or it's a scam, or he's a liar. And I'd be like, okay, those Karens and those Kevins are always in effect. But again, They have seen Dr. Tanner. They know exactly who he is. And actually, what he's doing is actually needed for the American people first. And that's what I keep telling people. A lot of people want to come in the game and saying, well, he's giving stuff overseas. But I was like, you got to think about it like when you're playing baseball. You don't start at first, you don't start at second, you don't start at third, you start at home. He's here to take care of the American people first. And with those 10 executive orders, that would actually benefit the American people and actually not only end homelessness, crime rate is non-existing because when a person has, you don't have to do anything to anybody to cause harm. But we know where there's 10 good apples, there's always one that want chaos. But in this situation that we're dealing with two that want chaos, and that's that blue and that red. And this is what we're trying to do. And we're glad we got you on the platform tonight because you're literally letting the people know exactly what is needed on with every single person to do their part. The way you just delivered that was spot on. I love it. And again, thank you for being here. That is awesome. I got another question for you. What do you look to get out of it personally with partnering up with presidential candidate Dr. Malcolm Tanner?
Oh, I was gonna ask her the same thing.
Honestly, I just want to be informed. I love to be to I just seek out knowledge. I think everyone should. I think that when you inform yourself, you bring yourself into a position of power, um, not only for yourself, but for others. And by you doing that, you're pretty much, it's like, it's contagious. So once you do that for yourself, you're able to do it for others easier. And to me, I think that that's one of the biggest things. I mean, sometimes people don't even know about housing, don't know about food, don't know about where to obtain these resources. And when you inform yourself, you could slowly be passing on that knowledge and helping others. And in a gist, I mean, once you help others, you're helping yourself. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to get out of this. I mean, he's already dropped a lot of knowledge. And also, just if anybody is doubtful, all you really have to do, which wouldn't hurt you, is join Clubhouse, listen. And in reality, right then and there, a lot of your doubts will start like just going away. And in reality too, you'll be informing yourself with things that you wouldn't have ever even looked to, maybe search, because you probably don't even know that you didn't know about them. And so that's one of the biggest things that I just want to get out of this. And also, to be able to be a person to help others. So by doing that, I'm being able to put myself in that position so that I could be informed and provide help for others.
So, Miss Cruz, that is spot on. Perfect. I can't keep helping but to play that song because you are the best around. This is awesome. So, we have this new thing that, and I don't think we should give it out, but I'm going to give it just a bit of a hint. We have this thing called Futurementary. Okay. And it's that video of seeing yourself a year from now. We have won the presidency. We're in our house. What position is Miss Cruz taking?
In the future, I see myself as a counselor. And I want to help as many youth as I can to go through the process of obtaining education, finding their path in the world, and helping them know that they have resources to go to, being a resource for them, being a support, and in general, just helping as many of our youth, because that's one of the big things. Our youth are the ones that are going to be, they're going to be leading our future. And they're the ones that have the energy, the time. Our time goes by really quick. I'm 40 already, and I know that the earlier we get individuals to start really just getting on a path, to be constructive adults, constructive members of society, that's how we're going to move forward. If we don't help our youth know what they have at their advantage, and some of them don't, or honestly just guide them to the door where they could just walk through and start making moves for themselves, then we are not going to get anywhere. But if we do that, then we're going to continue to create better minds and people that are willing to make change and put in the effort to continue that change.
Perfect. Girl,
Hey, that was spot on.
she must have been a straight A student. I'm telling you,
She
the
must
answer she's
she must
giving
have
is
been
blowing
something.
my mind.
Now,
How
now I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put you on the spot
okay.
in your closing remarks. If you was face to face with Dr. Tanner, what would you say?
I would say thank you. Thank you for taking the risk to become a candidate. Thank you for taking the risk to invest your time with people that sometimes are very stubborn or honestly just lack the motivation. And also, thank you for instilling hope in individuals because what you're doing right now is instilling the hope that there's going to be a better future for everyone and for all of us.
I couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it better myself. But hey, I want to. Hey, thank you for giving us the opportunity to bring you on the Best Around podcast.
Thank you for
And
having me.
for all the listeners and viewers, the cash app for the station is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So feel more than welcome to send a donation or whatever to the cash app, and all the proceeds is gonna go to the show, making the show bigger, so we can upgrade and do more stuff with the show. So
Yes.
from me to you, Magdalena, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. And
Any
hey,
final word?
I look to have you on the show many
Again.
more times.
Yeah.
Again,
Thank
any
you. I
final
appreciate
words?
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you both for creating the show. It's a great way to connect to people. So, and I appreciate you guys for inviting me and for having me on here, and for your continued support of Dr. Malcolm, and also for your involvement in Dr. Tanner's movement. So,
Hey, thank you.
thank
Hey, I
you.
All
appreciate you.
right, man. I couldn't. Look, man.
That's awesome. She's
I
awesome.
couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it no better.
She's awesome.
I couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it no better, or did it better than that. And for somebody to be not around that long
The
and
wow.
already get the vision and see the vision,
Yes.
that says a lot.
That's why I said Dr. Tanner is actually surrounding us with so many great people. It's hard for us to actually not see the gifts that are being given. He's not only giving knowledge, but he's making sure he's putting an organization of people that really want to achieve that American dream, not just be led and say, let's keep this false hope. We actually get it by getting together, unifying, uniting, knowing, like she said, the actual facts of what's going on in the world so that we're aware of this so we move together. That's all it
Right.
is. Grow, give, gain. Most of all,
So
finish.
from me to everybody out there in the audience, there's a cash app at the bottom. You can send donations into the station. And once again, thanks for watching the Best Around podcast.
To
Thank you
the
for
next one.
watching, and there will be more to come.
Let's
And
go.
I can tell you right now, we are gearing up for the all the exclusive Best Around podcast interview with
With
the doctor himself, Dr.
the
Malcolm Tanner. So for everybody out there to keep saying, well, hey, who is Dr. Malcolm Tanner? Who is he? I haven't seen anything about him. Do your research, because I tell you one thing, you are not going to want to miss this interview. It's going to
that
be the
boy.
interview of all interviews, the first ever exclusive interview over here in America with Dr. Malcolm Tanner himself.
That boy.
That is to come in the days to come. It will happen, and you will only get to see it first and foremost on the Best Around podcast with your
Yeah.
host, Big Chad, and his co-host, his partner in crime, Mr. G3 Finisher.
You
So
already know.
from me to you and everybody out there, hey, peace. And
Peace.
one thing we always say, it costs you nothing to be here,
That part.
but it will cost you everything not to. And Mr. G3 got his quote that he always says.
You already know. Together we stand. Divided we lose. It's the same old history repeating the blues.
Repeating the blues.
Let's not go backwards. Let's move forward together to win. Grow, give, gain, most of all, finish. And that's how we create change. Love
And
you.
from me and G3 Finisher, good night to all our fans, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.